Hi, everyone. Thank you for listening wherever you are. My name is Jennifer Janeo, and you are listening to Jenerally Speaking. This is our sixth episode. I'm so excited. Our guest today is Melody Pendy. Hello, Melody.
Hi.
Hello. All right. So for anyone that hasn't watched or listened to the previous videos, I just want to give a quick recap on my whole reason why I'm doing this and the purpose of everything. I really want to give the right type of exposure to individuals in Jacksonville, from bartending, from, musicians, from authors, from every type of walk of life. And I think that Jacksonville has a lot to offer, and I want to expose that in all the right ways and help people, realize why I've come here and why I love this place so much. So, Melody, so tell me, let's get started. Tell me a little bit about how you're here right now, like how you've gotten here, how long you've been here, or maybe you were raised here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I think I've been in Jacksonville for, I don't know exactly, but I went to college here. And I graduated college like 6 years ago.
Okay.
So I moved here.
Where did you go?
University of North Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So I moved here because my boyfriend at the time was going to school here. I lived in Orlando for a year for my first year of college. And then he was going to school here and I came to Jacksonville and I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I need to move here. And I've just been ever since.
Okay, so how did you, you are an award-winning author, correct?
Yeah.
Let's get into that, right away. Okay, so you are, so the correct title, so award-winning author.
Yeah, so I have one award. It's called a Reader's Choice Award, the 2021 Reader's Choice Award.
Okay, what is that? What's a Reader's Choice Award?
So basically it's for my debut novel, A Girl Called Ruthless. It was nominated for this award, this TCK Publishing Reader's Choice Award, and then people voted on it, what young adult book they liked the best, and they voted for mine. And I won.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So, so what is, you said, what's the title of the book called?
A Girl Called Ruthless.
A Girl Called Ruthless. What is it about? Like a short little synopsis.
Well, technically it's middle grade, but my publisher marketed it as young adult too, because it's kind of like an in-between. But it's about an 11-year-old girl named Ruthless, and she likes to live up to her name, and she runs for mayor of her town as 2 kids in a trench coat.
I love that. Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's funny and dramatic too.
So what kind of, so you said it's for young adults?
Yeah, it's from, the age range on the book online is 12 to 18. So it's
12 to 18. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Well, that's exciting. So what type of specific author are you? So just
So I started out in 2018 as a children's book author. Okay. So that was my
children's book author. Okay.
Yeah. So I published 4 children's books, and then during COVID, I think when a lot of people started writing, people that write now did, and I decided to write a novel, and I published that traditionally. My children's books I self-published, and then I wrote another novel, and I got an agent. And it's on submission right now for bigger publishers.
So the first couple ones you self-published?
Yeah.
How is that? How does that work? Is that pretty challenging?
Yeah, so
I feel like that's crazy. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just self-published it because I was a teacher for 5 years, and I wanted to...
Gnarly.
Yeah, it was gnarly. I wanted to give my kids a book of the stories that we talked about in class. And so I was like, how do I do this? And I just wanted to make a physical book. And then I found self-publishing. And then it kind of just blew up for me. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. And so
oh my God, and you love it.
Yeah. But now with a novel, it's different because I feel like you need a lot of help from other people because there's so many words that you have to
There's
edit.
So many words.
Yeah, so it's much harder. And I wanted, for middle grade especially, they don't have parents buy books for them. They pick books out themselves. So I wanted it to be in bookstores. Okay. And if you self-publish, they're not in bookstores. So that's why.
So you gotta get a little bit of help with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay. So children's book.
Yeah.
Author. Would you ever branch out, or this is your niche?
Yeah. So I actually started writing a young adult, but a young adult for older high school book. That's probably as old as I'll go because I'm not very serious. But I started writing it. I kind of hated it. I kept giving up on it. And then I heard about this TV show called America's Next Great Author. And they were taking auditions, and you had to be a young adult author or an adult author. And so I was like, okay, I have this book that I hate, but I'll submit it. So I asked my agent to like look over it and help me with my pitch and help me with my first 10 pages. And then I submitted it and I got on. So I just finished filming
and
this
you got
weekend.
on.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah.
You just finished filming this weekend?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was so fun. It was the best time I think ever in my life.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was in New York, right? Or was that was for something else?
It was technically Newark, but we
New Jersey.
flew into New York and stayed in New York. So I kept saying New York, but it was Newark.
No, I like Jersey. My family's from Jersey. I like it. Maybe not Newark, but this is where everywhere you have to fly into and everything. But no, New Jersey is awesome.
Yeah.
So, but how do you like Jacksonville now? So you're an established author, I would say. I think that's amazing. I just want to give you some props for that.
Thank you.
I loved meeting you at our friend's housewarming, Haley.
Yeah.
She actually commented.
Hi, Haley.
Hi, Haley. We love you. She was also on Generally Speaking. She's amazing. But yeah, I met you at Haley's housewarming, and it was so much fun. And I really wanted to have you on because when I followed you on Instagram, I was like, wow, she's an author. That's amazing. I haven't had any type of talent like that on here. So I think that's really cool for people around Jacksonville, especially to experience. I wanted to ask, like, do you think that, especially in Jacksonville, is there, are you a part of, like, a writer's community? Is there one? What's, like, the best spot to go if you want to get into it? Like, for especially locals who you inspire. I know that you definitely inspire a lot of people doing this and writing your books. Especially in Jacksonville, how can someone get plugged into doing that? I mean, is that just all college stuff or?
Yeah, so there's something called, well, I guess this is for children's books and like middle grade and young adult. There's a corporation called Society of Children Books. It's like SCWI is the shortened version of the name. And they have different chapters, and there's one in Jacksonville, and they do meetups. And I was a part of it. But this year I didn't read because you have to pay for it to be part of it. Okay. And so I didn't do it this year. But they have like meetings at libraries and stuff like that. But I know on websites like Meetup, you can meet other writers and meet up with them. But writing is kind of it can be a very isolating craft. And a lot of writers just like kind of talk to each other online. And so when I just went to this filming and I met a bunch of different writers, it was weird because I was like, I don't usually meet writers in real life. Like,
no, I literally never meet anyone. You're like the first one. I thought that was the coolest thing when I met you. So yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, it's so weird though because I know so many writers online. Like they have these different things called pitch events on Twitter, and you can get an agent or you can get a publisher by pitching about your book on Twitter for a day. And one of them that I was in, there was 500,000 pitches. So there's 500,000 writers in this pitch. But I don't know any personally, so it's kind of a weird...
No, so more of an online type of community. I could see that because I'm not, like you said, I think you're the first person I've met who's an actual... Right. Actually, no. I know this guy, Aaron. He's awesome. He's a writer. I actually just bought one of his books. But other than that, cool. I mean, that's not something that's, I think, not, I wouldn't say popular, just something that's not as, like... a
meetup.
In Jacksonville. Collaborated thing in Jacksonville. I wish it was more like that, though, because even, like, into poetry and novels and things like that, I think that's so beautiful. I love to read. And I think that's something that has kind of gotten a little lost.
Yeah. Well, actually, since COVID, book sales have gone through the roof. Like, publishers are making so much money. Book Talk's blown up. Okay. That's what I'm on Book Talk right now. And there's just so many people reading right now, I think, because they couldn't go out as much during COVID.
Right. No, I could see that. Okay, I didn't know that. No, that's absolutely obvious, like, especially since COVID.
Yeah. But it does feel like still like a niche thing to do, to like talk about books and write books.
No, that's really cool though, because when I was younger, I really love writing poetry. I'm not like an author by any means or anything like that, but I absolutely love to write and to like jot things down. And I don't, a lot of things that when I wanted to set out and do something, writing something down or creating something with words could really motivate me, to do exactly what I wanted to do. So into that, like, what are the biggest, I would say, maybe challenges of being an author, a female one at that? Yeah. Do you think that being in Jacksonville, so Jacksonville is definitely probably not the place, I want to say like the biggest community for writers, like you said. So is that a part of the challenge, being a woman in your industry? What are some of like the biggest challenges that you face?
I guess being a writer in general, one of the biggest challenges is just how many of us there are in like competition, and there's not a lot of publishers, and they don't publish that many books a year. Most writers are women, but the most successful writers are men. So that's a challenge.
Oh, that is a challenge.
It does. I mean, everything in this world is kind of male dominated, and especially writing. Even though there's more women, the men still make most of the money.
Right.
But yeah, I would say the competition is probably the biggest challenge, but also like internal self-doubt, because I feel like it's one of those crafts where you don't know for sure if you're good, even if people tell you you're good and you know like the technicalness of it. Like with I feel like singing and dancing and acting, like it's more obvious to people who's good or
you're
not.
Good.
Yeah, so like writing, you kind of like doubt yourself a lot.
No, I could feel that, because when I used to, so I loved my English class in college, and that was like my thing. And in high school and middle school, I was super good in English and writing. And I would have to say on my point of view and how I understand it, that's the same feeling I would get even when I wrote even short, excerpts of something that I need to do for a class. A lot of the time it was amazing, but it's one of those things, it's not obvious when it's not as obvious for how amazing or not amazing it could be, because it's so, in a lot of ways, like you said, you could know the techniques and like, I don't know, ins and outs of writing or all the technical things, but it's so subjective in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It is very subjective. Like during this weekend, I heard from so many authors, like big authors that have like New York Times bestselling books. And they talked about how when they had their first book, they would go to these publishers and they'd be like, this is the worst book that was ever written. And then they have like this story of them making millions. Yeah. I feel like every big writer has that story.
I've heard that story. You want some more wine?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God. We're drinking some wine, guys.
It is very good.
It's delicious.
I mean, I haven't chugged it all, but I always will get more.
No, you're good. I've chugged mine.
Good for you. I'm going to catch up.
No, you're good. I literally have so much more. Thank you, Gary, for letting us drink.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Gary's amazing. Shout out to Gary. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, love. All right. We have these cute little cups.
They are very cute. Are these from
Total Wine? I got them for you.
I
got them for you. I was like, I didn't want to get a big cooler.
They're very me.
Yeah, I know, and be like, and just like lug that big thing in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we got into the challenges, sorry, we're back, guys. All right, now that we've gone to the challenges, can you tell me, like, some of the best things about being an author? Specifically a children's one.
Yeah, so I would say whenever you have children that have read your books and they're in, like, they tell you they want to be an author like you when they grow up.
Oh my God, that's the cutest thing. That's so cute.
And then I've had, like, kids dress up as my main characters, and that's always cool.
My God.
Yeah.
Did you get any for Halloween? Did you get any types of things like that?
No, not last year I did, because last year's when my book came out. It came out in August last year, but this year I didn't see any kids as my characters this year.
Okay, well, next year I'm going to be ruthless.
Okay, I have a trench coat and everything.
Oh my God, I want to do it. Okay.
She had a wig on. She was an adult.
I can do it. I can totally do that.
Okay, I'll give it to
But
you.
no, that's a really cool thing. What else do you think is like a really, like, just cool thing about being an author? Because that's amazing when someone can someone actually like took the time to like appreciate your work. And they were like, I want to do this. Like, you've inspired me to do something like this. Yeah. That is the best feeling in the entire world. But what do you think is another cool thing about being an author?
So growing up, I always had a hard time speaking. Even as an adult, I have a hard time getting out what I want to say. I can stumble over my words a lot. I've gotten better at it as I
You're doing great. You're doing great,
I'll
babe.
slip up here. I'll slip up. But I've always felt like my brain is faster than my mouth, and I can never think of the right thing to say at the right time. And also growing up, I felt like a lot of my friends and my family and people around thought I was dumb. Like I was always just like the cute, dumb girl.
Okay.
So then when I discovered writing, that I could share exactly what I wanted to say, exactly how I wanted to say it, and that I had intelligent things to say, it really made me confident in myself.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite thing about writing is the confidence.
It's really brought out some confidence within yourself, because you're right. You really can take an idea or a concept or a dream or even like a story, maybe your own story or something, or even bits and pieces of your life, people's others' lives, and you can kind of put it to, like you said, how you want it.
Yeah.
And you can do it any way you want, and like this is your expression of it. Yeah. You know? So no, that's amazing.
Yeah, and even though it's fiction, I feel like I reveal a lot about like what I believe in and like things that happen to me in the past.
Like you know that it like kind of bleeds.
And then it's not as scary because you're like, oh well, people might not know. They might not know this is about them.
That's the best way, honestly, to do that. You like just write a book. And they can't assume or not assume.
Yeah, I'm listening to the Jeanette McCartney memoir, The Girl from iCarly. It's so good. But I'm like, she's so brave.
Oh my God, so I've heard so much about that.
It's so good. Wait, I'm like finishing it so fast.
Is that
I'm glad my mom died.
It's a book, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad my mom died?
Yeah.
All right.
It's really good.
We gotta buy it.
It is. It's really good. The hype is worth it.
Oh wait, so what did she went through like some crazy shit,
stuff
right?
With her mom.
And like it was like for iCarly, and we grew up. I mean, I grew up.
Yeah, I never. I guess she was like very emotionally, physically abused, and she didn't know until she was older. And so she tells the story like as she's that age. So her thoughts at that age.
It wasn't open. It wasn't open.
But yeah, it's a good book. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I haven't finished it though.
No, I need to get that book, absolutely. One of my favorite books, honestly. I don't know. Here, you want to hit your thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, here, you got it. I just noticed it. And we're back. There we go. Yep. But one of my... Hi, Mom!
I can't read the comments, but
I know, I can't.
Love you all.
I see I love her.
I hope my eyesight's not going out. If you can read that.
Go live together. I did. We're live. We're both live. Okay, but one of my favorite books. Oh, we have all the angles right now.
I know. Lots of cameras.
I think this one's my favorite angle.
Yeah, that one's good.
One of my favorite books to read is called The Power of Now. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
But, okay, well, we're just going to start a book swap. We should totally start that with the girls.
We definitely should. I would love
that. That would be amazing. Okay, but it's called The Power of Now. It's one of my favorite books. It's like a spiritual kind of like, I don't like the word self-help because it feels like it's not really that, but it's very like spiritual empowerment book. And the next time we all meet up, I'll bring you that book. Okay. Yeah. And then you can bring me...
It's an audiobook.
That's fine.
So I can't bring it to you. It's
like,
at the library.
Is this,
I'll get you a flash drive.
The flash drive? That's what I was thinking. Here is this flash drive.
Download it.
No, that's fine. I'll totally get it though. But no, that's one of my favorite books. I can't think of a childhood book. Oh, like Rainbow Fish. Was that the one?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another one. A favorite childhood one. I liked
Amelia Bedelia, like where she would do things
Amelia
literally.
Bedelia, I remember that.
I loved this book.
I totally remember that. I'm trying to think of, I think there was like, it was called like Junie B.
Yeah, Junie B. Jones. Or Judy Moody. I love Judy Moody and Judy B. Jones.
I think I'm talking about both of them. I think you knew exactly.
Yeah, those were easy for me to read. I was a bad reader when I was growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was like, sorry, I'm like...
I think I have a lot of undiagnosed learning disabilities.
That's okay. But my like growing up, my my mom, like I wasn't allowed to read like, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah.
And everybody in high school was like reading that, and I was definitely never allowed to read that.
Do you know 50 Shades of Grey is a fan fiction of Twilight?
Shut up.
Yeah. That's how it started on like Wattpad.
Tell me more. What does this even mean?
So like what are the main characters? Christian
Grey and fucking something else.
Yeah, whatever her name is. That's supposed to be Bella and Edward.
No, why? What?
I don't know. I think
it's like
it
a
got
spin-off
adapted.
type thing?
I think it got adapted.
Is that what that's called? It's like a spin-off type thing, right?
Yeah, but that's where it started.
What the fuck?
Twilight's was like the book that you were allowed to read when you were in church because they waited till marriage. That's what the church would recommend was Twilight for teens.
No way! And they literally wanted to do Twilight of all books.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
50 Shades of Grey fan fiction. Thank you, church.
Oh my god, I cannot even believe that.
Yeah.
That's actually some really cool information. So Twilight was the book that church approved of all things, and it's funny because Twilight is vampires.
Yeah, like the devil.
And I thought that was like, because all the movies, it's like to kill a fucking vampire, it's like stake through like wooden cross,
or crucifix.
Crucifix. But it was like that, and so that's kind of funny how the church was like, hey, you should totally read this book because at least they waited till marriage.
Yeah, they're cool with that.
They're cool.
They're cool with vampires.
These are the Christian vampires. No, that's crazy. I would end up reading. So one of my best friends, Heather To Kill a Mockingbird. Someone said that was I hate
that book.
Yeah, but that was like high school. I had to everyone had to read To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes. It was so boring.
I probably had to read it 6 times through high school.
I never read anything good except
and we were like, we already all read this. We should stop.
I know.
I think, so I had this friend Heather though, she would let me borrow books because she could buy all these fantasy books and that her mom would let her read, and my mom was like, no, fuck no, you can't read that shit. And I'd get all these books from her. And shout out to Heather because she would let me borrow her 50 Shades of Grey book, or have you ever read those weird novels with the animals and it's the fairies and they're in love? It's this fantasy type of novels.
There could be so many books.
So many. I know it's specifically fantasy. I know they're always in these. They're always about that size. And they're thick books. And, okay, that's what I'm also going to bring you.
You have them.
No, I don't have them. But
you're going to find them.
I will find them because I know exactly where they are at Barnes & Noble.
That's what's really in right now, the fairy love stories. I was going to say a different word, but steamy fairy stories. Are
I don't know. Right I'm missing the word.
What was that?
I'm missing the word to call those, the genre of those
fantasy romance.
Fantasy romance.
Mm-hmm, that's what they're.
But no, my friend Heather would try and get me to read those books, and I loved them. Mm-hmm. I thought they were amazing books.
I bet they were.
Would you ever kind of write books like that, a real adult?
No.
She said no.
I'm not serious. Or
no.
I can't write romance.
Oh man.
Can't write
I love that. You can't write romance?
No.
I think that you could be so cute at writing romance.
It'd be like they touched butts. That would be the steam. It would be good.
I'm back. She said they touched butts. And that's it.
Actually, in the book I'm writing right now, there is some romance scenes.
Okay.
There's they almost,
They almost touch butts?
They almost touch butts, but they don't. The church would love it.
I just love how you're like, no, I can't. There's no.
I guess never say never, but I don't see it in myself.
I'm just replaying what you said in my head. That's absolutely funny. So, but do your parents have they ever been writers or kind of into that? What do they do? How did
no one in my family reads even. we did not grow up in a. I read a lot of books when I was little, and my mom would always take me to the library and stuff. But they don't read a lot, and my book was like the first book they read in like years and years.
Oh,
yeah, so that was nice. But like all my siblings, I don't think any of them have read my book because they just don't read.
Yeah, they just don't read.
And I have so many siblings. I have 7 of them.
You have 7 siblings?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, 3 of them can't read yet, but
that's amazing. Holy shit. Shout out to your parents.
So my parents are divorced, so I have a stepmom who's younger.
Okay, and shout out to any mom that made those babies.
What?
Any mom that made those babies. So your stepmom and then your real mom.
Yes, I have my real mom. Yes. I have 3 OG sisters, and then I have a stepsister, and then I have 3 half siblings.
Half siblings? Are they all girls?
I have all girls and 1 brother.
You only have 1 brother? Wow.
Yeah, shout out Beckett. He's the only brother.
Shout out Beckett.
Living his best life.
Well, that's cool that they read your book though, even though like they don't read. My sister is a huge reader. She read the second, like I think volume of Twilight. I'm talking about Twilight in one day.
Oh my
God.
God.
The one book, she stayed in her room, didn't come out for like 26 hours, didn't eat or do anything, and came out and was like, I finished it. And we're like, girl.
You know that's a good book then. I've never read Twilight. I've never read them.
I saw all the movies.
Same. It's good enough.
The movies are amazing.
They were. They're better now when they're cringy.
It's so funny just like watching those back. That was like our shit.
I know.
Growing up. But I read like, the Mortal Instruments. Did you ever hear about that?
I have. I think it's on Netflix, right?
I think so, maybe. I read all the books, and those were like those books to me when I was growing up. Like, I can't put it down. Like, I carried that book everywhere, like one of those books. I don't know if you had any of those books when you were growing up.
No, but maybe I should read them.
But did you have anything like when you were growing up, like that you always carried around, or a book that's just like a favorite sticks with you right now?
So when I was in high school, that's when I really got into reading. I loved John Green, The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh,
and all his, I had like, my boyfriend at the time got me like jewelry with the quotes on it, and we went to the showing during the premiere and had matching shirts. I was a super fan of The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh my God, how was that?
I remember at the time, I was like, this movie is the masterpiece. And I tried to rewatch it now, and it's garbage. It's so bad. It's so cringy.
You're like, this is garbage.
But I read the book like 4 times, and it's still good. It still holds up.
Yeah.
It's a banned book in schools now. Actually, I think...
What?
Yeah, John Green's books are banned in high school.
Why?
I don't know. I think they're just banning books out there in schools. I really can't tell you why.
Banning books out here. Yeah. No way. That's absolutely ridiculous. I didn't know that there was the lists of like forbidden books in the world. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of like...
So, like, what the fuck is up with that?
For schools. They're, like, being more strict on what kids can read now.
But what about, like, is there a... I heard that there's a section at Barnes and Nobles that there's, like, a forbidden book.
Yeah, I think they're trying to market off of, like, schools are banning books.
Banned book section, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, bans books. Like, you can buy them. It's just you can't, like, schools and libraries can't hold them. And it's usually like...
I don't know if I like that.
No. But that's the goal. If I could get my book to be a banned book, that would be
my God. We can make it a banned book.
Oh, okay. I just have to write something banned-worthy.
They touched butts.
They touched butts. Full circle.
They touched butts. And, so Aaron just joined. That's the author that...
Oh, hi.
I was talking about. He's amazing.
Hello, Aaron. I see Kayla's on there. Hi, Kayla.
Kayla's on there, everybody. But yeah, no, I heard, like, there are certain books and stuff that people aren't allowed to read, but I didn't know it was just for specifically.
Yeah, I think we have, like, freedom of speech, so we can read anything in America. I think.
Right?
I don't know. I'm learning new things every day.
Yeah, I just learned so much about fucking Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, good stuff here.
No, that is good. That is good stuff. So you are a part of a publishing company, or so how does that work?
So I try to keep myself separate from it because I'm trying to get one of those big publishers to publish me. But I do have my own boutique publisher.
Boutique publisher. Yeah, what does that mean?
So I only publish select books. Like I only publish children's books and poetry books. So we've only done like 5 books so far. We started.
Do you love them? Do you love all the ones you've published?
Yeah,
like you're pretty proud of them?
They're so cute. We have one coming out soon. It's like a Christmas book. It's so cute. Yeah, so it's really. I just want to make it accessible for people to publish books because it's really tricky and it's really hard to know what to do. So I at first it just started off with me teaching people how to self-publish. And then me doing it for people, and then I was like, I'll just become a boutique publisher. So I don't really like try to align myself much with it, but it's what I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I want to get into something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
you know?
It's really good passive income once it takes off, if it does take off.
Oh, I don't know if I like the Chardonnay.
Is it Chardonnay?
No, you got the last of the Stella.
Oh, I was going to say, it's taking the same to me.
I should have done the Chardonnay first and then that.
Oh yeah.
It's like super sweet to like, how do you describe Chardonnay?
Dry
Dry.
and buttery and oaky.
I'm a bartender. I didn't just say that.
I used to work at Seasons 52 in Town Center. I wasn't a bartender.
What were you doing there? You're serving? Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I worked there for like 4 years.
Yeah, we support any service industry on this show, absolutely, because I am. And most of our friends have either been in service industry or have ties in it. So that's cool that you worked there for 4 years serving.
Yeah.
I just ruined my makeup.
Oh, no, it still looks good.
Okay, good. Thanks. Thanks, girl. But no, I just, my first episode, we had Fernando. He, I don't know if you know Fernando, but he's part owner of the Rec, and he's on Jax Beach City Council. And he, part owner of the Rec and bartends there. And he was such a great first guest because that's exactly like the type of person I want on the show, like a local. They have like their thing, you know. And do you live at the beach?
No.
Where do you live at?
I live in Mandarin. Yeah, I live real in town. But I used to live close to the beach.
My parents used to live in Mandarin. Like
yeah.
Loretto.
Yeah, that's close to me. It's real suburbia, but we own a house, and it's nice. It's close to our work.
It's your work?
Yeah.
Are you, like, married?
Yeah, I'm married. I've been married for a long time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love that. I did not even know that.
Yeah, I'm
my God.
wiped up.
What's his name? Oh, my God. Wait, we did not even get there.
I know. I love that, though. No, I love him. His name is Dylan Pendlebury.
Okay.
And he is a robotics engineer here in Jacksonville.
Wow.
Yeah. He was the boyfriend I followed to go to school here. We got married.
Oh, my God. Well, he's going to be on the podcast next. He's a robotic engineer.
Yeah. He works at a company called Redwire. It used to be called Made in Space. He's a a space robotics engineer. Don't ask me to explain it, but it's
space robotics engineer. That is so amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's next on there. Actually, you both can just come back on.
Yeah.
We can do a married segment.
That'd be cute.
I know. We could. Oh, my God, that would be. What was his name again?
Dylan.
Yeah. Shout out to Dylan.
Yeah.
You're doing great, Dylan. How does he like feel about like the books and you being an author? Is he super supportive?
Yeah, he listens to every word of my book. I like read it to him as I write. He's not a big reader though. He doesn't really like to read. He thinks that he's like been a part of writing all the books, which okay, I'll give him some credit, but he's like, I came up with that, and I'm like, no, you didn't.
Oh, he wants like a little bit of acknowledgement there. That's so cute.
But he went
You're
to
like,
New York.
but I did this.
Yeah, for real.
But for real.
He went to New York with me. He goes to all my book signings.
Oh, that was him. I saw in your pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
He's very involved.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I like that. Are your siblings in Jacksonville?
No. So I used to have a sister that lived here, and we like lived together, and we took all our classes together. But then she got married and moved back to our hometown. But I wanted to move back.
Sad. Where's your hometown?
It's called Spring Hill, Florida. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's by anything.
Spring Hill, Florida.
Yeah, it's how it sounds. The Applebee's is the fanciest restaurant.
No, not Applebee's.
Yeah. Well, now it's
Two for one. Or is that Chili's?
I have no idea. I refuse to go anymore.
Your face is like, I have no idea. I don't want to go back.
I refuse. Yeah, but we did have Chili's too, so it could have been either or. Yeah. We're having our high school reunion soon. So that's
How long has it been since you...
It'll be 10 years.
10 years since you graduated?
Yeah, and me and my husband are planning it because we were student council. And that sucks that we were both it.
And you're both, you both were student council, the same.
Yeah, we were high school sweethearts. Yeah.
Well, that's just fucking amazing. That just like warms your heart.
Little town vibes, small
Little
town
vibes. Oh my God. Well, that's amazing. Well, good luck on your reunion.
Thanks, we'll need it.
Thanks, we'll need it. So do you like going out in Jacksonville? Do you like going to the bars and stuff?
Yes.
I try and ask everyone who comes on, see like what your favorite bars are, restaurants, because I do want to always give shout outs to anyone that's a local entity, like any restaurants or bars. My favorite bars and restaurants, thanks for asking, Melody. Don't be sorry, I'm fucking with you. Mine are, I'd have to say 11th South is definitely up there with, my microphone was like this. It's definitely up there, 11th South. Matthews is amazing.
I've heard that's good.
I like the fancy stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I like to get a little bougie when I go out. Because if I'm like going on a date, I'm not going to go, I'm sorry, I love Monkey's uncle, but I'm not going to go there on a first date. And I swear to God, if I'm brought there.
Do guys be bringing you there?
No, not me. They would never dare. But I know that there would be someone else. And I'm not judging your idea of a first date. I just think for me, I would like effort and like, I like getting dressed up. I like going, that's something that's important to me.
Yeah.
So like, I don't mind going to Monkeys or anything like that. Of course not. But I also can always do that. I can do that anytime.
That's true.
But like,
you can't
for
always
a first
go to
date,
Matthews.
I want to like go all out and like might as well have like a bomb ass dinner.
Yeah, I agree.
While you're doing that, so my favorite bars. No, I don't know. What are yours? What are your favorite bars? Like favorite fancy bar. Let's start off with that.
Fancy
in
bar.
Jacksonville.
So I don't know if it's considered fancy. I really like Grape and Grain, especially.
I haven't been there. I have heard a lot about it.
It's cool.
Where is it?
It's in San Marco. I love San Marco. That's probably where my favorite restaurant is too.
What's the favorite restaurant?
I think Taverna.
Taverna?
So good.
Oh, I want to go.
And also Takaloo.
Takaloo is a staple in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's probably like one of the reasons I love Jacksonville so much is Takaloo.
It's Takaloo?
Yeah.
You like the tacos?
Yeah.
I love that. I love tacos too. My favorite taco place though is not Takaloo. I think it's probably.
Really?
I would probably have to say, I don't know. I'm just Hispanic and like, I have to be like very careful what I say about what is a good fucking taco. I think Takaloo, I loved when they used to have these vegan tacos on there. It was like a soy chorizo one or something like that, but it was really good.
Are you vegan?
I used to be vegan for a really long time, for like about 4 years. I was like level 5 vegan too.
Cool.
Like nothing
no
with
honey?
a shadow. Like nothing.
No honey?
No, nope.
Whoa.
I know, and I love honey. No, but I did it the right way. It was awesome, but I reverted back to my ways.
Yeah.
But now I know like a lot of healthier habits and doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
that's good.
Well, cheers. Oh my
Cheers.
God. What are we cheersing to? Let's cheers to our 6th episode.
Yay. Lucky 6.
Cheers to your outfit because it's so cute.
Thanks.
It looks like the little, like, when people complain about their little...
Yeah, this is what you'll have to look forward to.
No, I love it.
For me.
I love it. So, you're an amazing author, amazing girl, awesome fucking wife, awesome friend. How can people in Jacksonville, like, do you have any advice for people that, like, I know a lot of people that don't read, they don't, let's say, I would say maybe quote unquote, they say they don't like reading, but they always, do you meet people that are like, oh, I want to read,
Yeah.
but like, I just don't want to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
do you have
Or
any?
they say, I don't have the time to read.
Yes. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Right. So is there anything you would suggest to people? Because I know that there are people who say that, but I know that there is something that they would like that they could find that they would love. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a book for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, there's literally about anything, about any subject. And so do you have any suggestions for maybe getting a person who wants to get more into reading, how they can? You know, maybe there's baby steps.
Yeah. So
Maybe, yeah.
I think a lot of people, my phone's
Keep going.
better. I think a lot of people, they don't know that you can read audiobooks too. I think audiobooks are good for a lot of people who don't like to just sit there. Like, you can listen to audiobooks in the car, and that's a good way to get you into reading. But I think another good way to get into reading is do it before you go to bed, because there's a lot of studies that they've done about how you sleep better when you read before you go to bed. And also, it's important to not have the last thing you look at before you go to bed be a screen. So I think that's a good habit to have, just even if you don't care about reading but want to have better sleep.
That's a good point. Have you said have not be the last thing that you see.
Not have the last. No, I don't know. Don't have the last thing you see before bed be a screen.
Don't have the last thing you see before bed be a screen.
Yeah.
There we go. And yeah, I totally agree with that. That's actually a good point.
Yeah. And I also think, I do this too, like I'll start a book and I'll be like, I just want to give it a chance. I'm going to keep reading it even though I don't like it. Don't do that. If you don't like it, just give up.
Oh, really? Okay, I like this advice. Okay, so if you don't like it, if you really aren't feeling it, you don't feel like you need to.
Yeah. Maybe go to the library for this, because if you're buying books and be like, I don't like this, you might waste a lot of money. But if you don't like the book in the beginning, don't force yourself to read it. You're going to hate reading.
That's actually like.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think to even do that, but I know that there are people who are out there and they're like, well, I want to be able to read. Like, I want to do these things, but I don't. Like, they'll try and force themselves to read a book. And like you said, they're like a quarter of the way through it and they're like, well, I hate this book, but I really wanted to I really want to give it a shot, fair shot. So I'm going to keep reading it. And that's so true. I could see how someone could mistake their love for reading by doing that because they feel like they need to prove to read it or things like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you don't like it, there's no necessarily.
You're not in school anymore. You don't have to finish it. Well, maybe you are in school.
Let it go, Johnny. You don't have to read the book if you don't want to. That's funny. No, I could feel that. I have always loved reading, so I never understood, but I could totally see how someone does that all the time. They're like, well, I need to finish it. I need to give it a fair shot. So that's pretty good advice. I love the library right here. There's one right here off Gate Parkway.
Oh.
There's a public library right here. There is one in Jax Beach, in Neptune Beach, actually. There's a public library. I know there's obviously a few in Jacksonville, but I think there is one. I think there's like a really big one downtown. I don't know if you know of any from the top of your head.
I've done an event there at the one downtown.
Do you remember what it's called? I have no idea.
I think it's just the Jacksonville Public Library branch downtown. I don't know.
I think it's just library number 2.
Yeah, I don't think they have cute names like Willow Grove.
It's like the Chinese places. It's like China number 4.
Yeah, I think that's how libraries work.
Yeah, it's library number 7.
I'm not a big library girl. I'm a book hoarder, so I like to collect them.
I am a book hoarder.
Yeah, so I like to own them.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I like the physical touch of a book. Mm-hmm. Like, I like the pages and flipping. I like that a lot during school, too. I noticed, like, when I was in college, I noticed it was a lot easier for me to, like, study and learn when I had a physical book in front of me. Now, some people are better at, like, the ebooks.
Yeah.
For learning, but I knew for me, like, specifically, it was supposed to be, I loved learning from something I could physically hold, like, flip the pages, like mark, highlight, pen. But I kind of struggled with the ebooks or the ones you had to buy online for classes. I don't know about you.
Same.
Yeah.
I think the younger generation, like the iPad kids, I think they do better with.
I think they're going to do great in the future because I think we're going to slowly decline.
Yeah, we'll see. It's still up in the air. We'll see.
But no, that was how I wanted to learn in school, was with the physical book.
Yeah, same.
But no, that's amazing. The one downtown I know is a good one. There's a few different in Jacksonville, but like you said, I like the physical. I like having physical. Yeah, I like having like a little library at my house or like something to put on the table. I love when people give me a gift of a book.
Yeah, same. It's a good aesthetic.
Okay, well, we should do one for the girls. We should do like a book exchange for Christmas.
I don't know if everybody's a big reader, but I feel like I could find a book for everybody.
I think we could, like, if it came from one of us, like...
That'd be a good, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Christmas thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be a good idea.
We could do something like that, because even if someone isn't, I think just it coming from any of us.
Yeah.
You know, I think it would be cool. Even if they, like, just had it somewhere in their house, like, you know.
Even if it's, like, a coffee table book.
Right, yeah, no, I think that would be really cute to do that.
That is cute. I like that.
I like that. I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
I like, do you like to cook at all?
Sometimes. I don't know. I'm indifferent about cooking. I like to eat. And somebody's gotta feed me.
I can't wait to edit that part. I like to eat.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I like to eat. That's the best thing. No, I like,
true.
I got all these super cool books, like these vegan books when I was vegan.
Cool.
And that was an amazing gift to get from everyone, because it was a lot of support from so many people when I was vegan. They,
and I like I like cookbooks better than just getting on Pinterest and getting recipes.
Oh, the cookbooks are way better. Yeah. And that is one thing, like I said, the ebook thing, or like the electronic version of like a recipe on a phone versus like these pages, like with pictures and like everything is ready. So no, I definitely I like the books for like cooking and stuff. I think it's a way better, fulfilling experience. Okay, a couple more questions.
Okay.
Your least favorite genre, if you have one.
Ooh, I read all genres, but I guess my least favorite. I guess.
If you don't have one, it's fine. But maybe like one,
because I would say maybe like sci-fi, but I also like my favorite book is a sci-fi book. So I don't know, but fantasy. I don't really read a lot of fantasy. Your least read book. Yeah, so probably fantasy, even though some of my favorite books are fantasy.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I would say the same. Like, I love fantasy books, but I wouldn't say that's the most I read currently.
Yeah.
I would say the most I read right now is probably like spiritual books, or like meditative books. I love that. Or like I like classics a lot. Not To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, what classics do you like?
I like this is a really old one, A Tale of Two Cities.
Mm-hmm. I've never read it.
For some reason, I'm like obsessed with this like very old-timey book set during like the French Revolution.
I heard it's good.
And I think it's a beautiful book. That's like a classic one. There's like Helen that I like, that's an older one.
Okay.
Yeah, I like who's the author I'm thinking of for that book though? But I do like those books. I do like cookbooks, like I said. I like books that like teach you stuff.
Yeah. I don't like to learn really, but I appreciate that. I think that's cool.
Wait, run that back. I don't like to learn.
But I think I'm done. I've already got all this space in my head.
I'm done with learning.
No, I do like little bits of knowledge, but like my husband, he will watch YouTube videos about like how to code. Like he just watches YouTube videos of how to learn things he'll never use. I could never. Like I like entertainment.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'm more entertainment girly, but I wish.
That's another clip. I can't wait. Yeah, so I don't really like to learn. She said the space in my head is filled. I'm going to use that one.
Very ungrowth mindset of me.
It's fine. You have a lot to write on paper. So she's like, I'm full.
I need to keep up room for these imaginary things.
I agree with that. But also, since we're in Jacksonville, to any writers and authors or aspiring writers and authors out there, as our farewell question, is there anything or any advice that you would give to them, maybe specifically female writers and authors, any like motivation to get them to keep going? Like you said, it's not something you can really as easily gauge being good or bad at. You've had success, and obviously it's only up from here. We're both, we both are just trying to progress in our lives. Are there any things that you would say to them and just to keep them motivated, especially here in Jacksonville? Like anything that you would suggest they get into, any tools to help them?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I would say first, write for yourself before you share with anyone else, and really discover what you want to say and how you want to say it, and be confident in yourself before you kind of share it with people. Of course, you're not going to be super confident, but when you do start sharing your writing with other people, make sure you share with like a few people and not just one person, because there's always going to be people that tell you your work's not good, even if it's very good. So even if you get one person or a few people that say that something's not good, just make sure you get more feedback.
Multiple opinions, okay.
Yeah. And be prepared to grow, because with writing, there's always something that you can improve on. With writing a book, you go under multiple rounds of edits. So don't be afraid of criticism, but know that just because you're receiving criticism doesn't mean you're not a good writer.
Okay. No, that's amazing advice.
Yeah.
So just kind of be prepared for all types of feedback.
Yeah.
Obviously. I'm sure you got some type of feedback as you progressed in your steps into writing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some of it was tough.
Yeah. So trying to get an agent was very tough. You get a lot of rejections. It's really hard to get an agent, but I finally got one. But I got probably 40 rejections before I finally got an offer. Yeah.
Well, that is inspiring.
Yeah.
That is amazing to hear. So after at least around maybe around that number.
Yeah, around 40.
You still kept going, and you finally got one.
Yep. You got to keep going.
Melody is telling you to keep going, do it for yourself and share with not only one person, but a few. Be prepared for criticism. You're going to get it, especially moving forward in life. And especially in that industry, I'm not the expert. This girl is. Listen to her for sure.
Yeah.
She said, I don't like to learn. I'm fucking done. I love this. But I wanted to thank you so much for coming on. Our last year.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on. I'm very proud of you, and I'm honored to know you as a female individual entrepreneur here in Jacksonville.
Thank
so cheers.
You as well. Cheers.
Oh, thanks, girl. All right, friends. Well, thank you, Melody, for coming on. Say goodbye to everyone. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing time. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the previous episodes, please, it is available on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, anything you can think of. Videos will be posted this week, and the audio should be posted by tomorrow. Link will be sent to you, Melody, of course, so you can post it everywhere. And thank you for listening, and you guys have an awesome day.
Yay.
Bye.